Hello? Anyone there?
Yeah, all the way around here.
Hello?
It's just been woken up by a roar and a scream, actually.
The f***?
I got no clue what he sees, but something up the road has got his attention.
Every remote camping encounter reminds us how quickly the peaceful wilderness can turn terrifying. From a deafening roar echoing just outside your tent, to an unexplained symbol silently left at your campsite overnight. When you're completely isolated in the dark woods, what would you do? Stephanie is someone who does not use social media for attention. She only uploads occasionally, sharing her trips, her daily life, and simple moments. But this clip stands out as one of the most uncomfortable, mainly because of how unpredictable it became. She was in Gatlinburg, riding an alpine coaster and enjoying the experience, when suddenly she noticed something directly ahead. And the worst part was she had no way to stop it. She could not control the speed of the cart and could not bring it to a halt. It felt like she was being carried straight into the situation with no control at all. She chose to stay completely quiet, trying not to disturb the bears, and that alone is frightening. Slowly approaching something that could be dangerous, knowing it could turn at any moment, is not something anyone would want to face. Fortunately, the bears did not react and eventually moved back into the woods. But the moment itself is hard to forget. It raises questions about how situations like this are handled. What would you do if you were in that position? Under the Weather is a channel centered on outdoor exploration. The creator James enjoys hiking, wild camping, and trekking across Scotland, often filming his trips to show what it is like to be alone in nature. In this video, uploaded on March 12, 2024, something happened that genuinely unsettled him, and the situation slowly became strange. He had planned a hike to find the 5,000-year-old Machar stones in Stirlingshire, Scotland.
Welcome back. On our way to find some 5,000-year-old standing stones many moons ago. I've tried to find this place a few times and I got lost every single time. So let's hope cross the river, then take a right and a right again. And we'll see how we get on. Onward, Christian soldier.
He began the journey, surrounded by scenery that made the effort worthwhile, but he was not completely sure of the route to reach the location. Eventually, he managed to find the stones. After the long hike, he decided to set up camp for the night. He searched the area and found a small clearing between trees near the stones, which seemed like a suitable place.
Look at that. This a perfect space for a tent, isn't it? Where am I going to have my fire, though? Yeah, I think I'm just going to set up right here with the fire here as well. Yeah, sounds like a plan.
As night approached, he lit a fire and sat beside it, relaxing while everything still felt calm and quiet. Then, without warning, the silence was interrupted. A helicopter began flying low and circling above his campsite.
This will do it. Can you hear the helicopter? It's been flying over quite a bit, and I just hope that they aren't looking for someone and I've got a fire going and I get rescued, if you know what I mean. It's like the fat is starting to come out the chicken, which is setting the fire alight. Helicopter is still there. It's a bit ominous if you ask me. We can go away. There it is. You see him flying over ahead.
It moved slowly, scanning the forest below, which made the situation feel unusual. It could have been drawn to the fire, or possibly searching for someone in the area. Although confused, he did not leave and stayed by the fire as usual. Soon after, something more unsettling occurred.
Should have brought more water. There is water around about, obviously, but I don't know if it's quite treacherous. You saw what the ground is like. I think I'm going to have the chicken wings without the mashed potato. What the hell is that? Hello? Hope it's not one of those nights. I got a plate.
He heard a strange noise nearby, coming from the darkness beyond the trees. The sound was unclear, but it was enough to put him on alert. He called out, but received no response. For a moment, he considered leaving, but realized moving through the forest at night could be more dangerous. So he remained at the campsite, relying on the firelight. Later, he went into his tent and tried to sleep. During the night, he woke up again after hearing more sounds just outside.
Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Shit. I just heard laughing there. Or something. Hello? Hello? I think that's a road in the distance, maybe. Yeah, it can't be. It can't be. Right. Well, I can't hear anything, so let's turn this off. Right. Good night.
Although something could be heard, it was not clearly captured. Eventually, the sound stopped, and he managed to fall asleep again. The next morning, he woke up and made breakfast, trying to relax before leaving.
Here's the spot. One thing I didn't really check last night was tree fall. I mean, look at that, but the wind's not being as bad as it has been in recent weeks. Oh. Ooh, yum, yum, yum. I'm going to finish up here and then start packing up and make it. What the hell? What the hell is it? Oh. Tangled in the trees. What the fuck is that? That is a fucking pentagram.
While sitting there, he noticed something unsettling above him. A strange symbol had been placed in the area, and it had not been there the night before. Realizing this, he packed up and left immediately. The presence of the symbol, along with the earlier events, leaves the situation difficult to explain, especially with how everything unfolded overnight. What do you think was really happening around him? Kenny is a creator based in Minnesota who regularly shares outdoor content, exploring the wilderness in his camper van and documenting his experiences. His videos are usually calm and enjoyable, offering a relaxing look at life in nature. However, there are moments when things do not go as expected. In this video, something happened that made him feel slightly uneasy. He drove his camper into the forest for a quiet camping trip with his dog.
I first found this spot probably 10 years ago, and that summer there was a car up here for a couple of months straight. I think it probably broke down, or so sometimes the people that come out here, they're not out here to camp, they're looking for a place to stay. It doesn't look like there's going to be anybody here. Well, there's some trash.
He found a spot, set up camp, built a fire, and started cooking. Everything felt simple and peaceful, just a calm moment in the woods with his dog. Nothing seemed out of place at first. After spending some time relaxing, he decided to go for a walk, and that is when the situation began to feel different.
Come on, Toby. I figured we could check out the lake across the road. What is it? I got no clue what he sees, but something up the road has got his attention. What's going on, Toby? He always sticks by my side. I have no idea what he sees up there, but Maybe we won't go that way. We'll go back. Come on, Toby. Yeah, he don't like it over there. Okay, we're not going that way. I have no clue what's got him freaked out. I'm not going to go over there with the bike either. Not after that. No, he wants to go right back to the camper. That was weird. Want to get up in your chair? Weird. I've never had him act like that before. You go down? I've smelled bear before. I know it sounds weird, but you can smell bear when they're in the area. I have no idea why he freaked out like that. Weird.
His dog suddenly stopped and refused to move forward. This kind of behavior is often a sign that something is not right. Dogs can sense things long before people do, and there was a strong chance something was ahead, possibly a bear or another animal. Recognizing this, Kenny chose not to continue and instead turned back toward the camper. To be cautious, he launched a drone to check the area, but the dense trees limited visibility, and any nearby animal may have moved away due to the noise. The moment passed without anything happening, but it highlighted how important it can be to trust a dog's instincts. The sudden change in behavior suggests something may have been nearby, even if it was never seen. What do you think the dog sensed out there? The next video comes from Bigfoot RC, a UK-based overland and wilderness exploration channel focused on remote forest camping, wildlife tracking, and cryptid or big cat investigations. It was recorded on April 21st, 2024, in Fernworthy Forest, United Kingdom.
Hi Trail Traders, Overland Dave here. Well, it's about 12:15, 12:15, but just been woken up by a roar and a scream, actually.
Overland Dave and the Trail Traders team set up camp deep in the forest, around 2 miles from an area known for big cat sightings. The surroundings are dark and quiet, with only a small fire breaking the silence. Earlier that day, they had seen a young deer with its mother, a subtle sign that predators might already be nearby.
No, there's evidence. We found that young deer dead this morning. You know, they need to hunt once a week for a big deer or whatever.
Without warning, he is woken by a roar, followed by a scream. Both sounds are close, far too close to ignore. He stays inside the tent, listening, aware that something large is moving somewhere in the darkness.
I think we'll go for a tree knock before we settle down, just see if we hear anything. Wait and see if we got a reply back.
Later, during the night, Dave tries to get a response using tree knocks. He checks the ground for tracks, claw marks, and any signs of disturbance. Nothing is seen clearly, but the tension remains, with the constant feeling that something could still be close. There is never a clear visual, but the clues build together. A roar in the night, a fresh kill, and signs of strength in the area all point in the same direction. Something large is moving through the forest, unseen but active, changing how the night feels. Some viewers thought it could be a large predator moving through the area, while others believed it might be something less clear. What do you think was out there? The encounter comes from The Journey is the Destination, a paranormal exploration channel focused on real-time ghost investigations in remote and unsettling places such as caves and abandoned areas. It is July 7th, 2024 in the United States. The investigator brings his friend Bill into a tight cave system he has only explored once before. They move through narrow, low-ceiling passages, at times crouching just to get through. The cave opens into small chambers filled with dust, uneven ground, and very limited space. As they go deeper, the environment becomes more uncomfortable. He explains that additional tunnels extend beyond where they stand, some dropping further into the system, but they choose not to go deeper due to the risk.
Looks like somebody's been doing some seances or rituals in here with all these candles. And they're all the way around here.
While attempting to communicate using a flashlight and a K2 meter, a faint sound breaks the silence. It comes from outside the chamber, subtle but clear enough to stop them. They listen closely, unsure if it is environmental or something moving within the cave.
Could have been brought here. The other one, like I said, I think people have died falling in it. I've gotten responses that have suggested that. And then also, there's a spot on the wall where I have gotten, like, when they say that there's a portal there.
They try to get a response, asking questions and waiting, but nothing follows. The cave remains quiet. If anything is present, it does not respond. The investigation produces very little activity, with only brief, unexplained sounds interrupting long periods of silence, leaving more questions than answers. As they begin to leave, the situation changes. A sudden storm arrives, and heavy rain starts flooding the area, making the terrain slippery and difficult to move through. They retreat to their vehicle, soaked and struggling through worsening conditions. In the end, the experience becomes a reminder that in places like this, the greatest danger is not always inside. Some viewers felt the sounds could be natural, while others believed something might have been moving just out of sight. What do you think they heard down there? The next unsettling video comes from Man Dog Wild, a UK-based outdoor adventure and wild camping channel focused on real exploration, survival challenges, and remote wilderness experiences with their dogs. It is March 8th, 2025, in remote mountain valleys in the United Kingdom. The team moves carefully across uneven, tick-covered terrain as daylight begins to fade. They stop often to check on the dogs, stay hydrated, and scan their surroundings. The valleys feel enclosed beneath an overcast sky, and visibility slowly begins to drop. As they continue, bones and scattered debris start appearing along the ground, small details that begin to shift the mood. The deeper they go, the more the area feels unusual.
I'm in someone's camp. They're fucking yeti. I'm gonna walk this way. You look. Hello? Anyone there?
As they explore further, it becomes clear the disturbance is not limited to one spot. The activity spreads beyond the campsite, suggesting the area has been used or disturbed more than it first seemed.
Stopping chirping. Because when Yeti comes up to me, sits down, it's her saying, let's go. It's time to leave. It's time to leave.
Then the situation changes. One of the dogs, DC, goes missing. This is unusual, as she normally stays close. The timing makes it worse, with darkness approaching and the terrain becoming harder to move through.
Yeti would have found them. That there's a fire, but surely an abandoned tent. Strange.
The team begins to lose their sense of direction while moving around the damaged campsite. The same landmarks appear again and again. The torn tent and fire remain fixed points, but everything else feels confusing. As visibility drops, they rely on their other dog, Yeti, following his instincts to guide them back through the valley. Gradually, they make their way towards safer ground. This moment is defined by what was left behind, a recently used campsite abandoned without explanation, adding to the unease. Some viewers thought it may have been a campsite left in a hurry, while others felt something more unusual had taken place. What do you think happened there before they arrived? The next chilling video comes from 401 Files, a UK-based paranormal and cryptid exploration channel focused on immersive, real-time investigations in remote woodland. The content is known for first-person footage, minimal dramatization, and documenting subtle, unexplained activity in isolated environments. It is December 1st, 2025, in a rural forest in the United Kingdom. The host begins a trek through dense woodland with their dog, Lily, moving carefully through quiet clearings and across pebble banks. From the beginning, the atmosphere feels tense, and the host pauses often, scanning the surroundings with the sense that something may be nearby.
Going on trips without Lil, so she needs to suck it up. I'm going to get camp set up. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to head off into the forest somewhere, get my tarp and everything set up. What the hell is that? 1 second. Let me get the phone out because this will not zoom. I don't know what that was. Not all planes do, obviously, but yeah, I just thought I'd film that because...
As shadows begin to flicker at the edge of view, the host reacts cautiously, noting how the silence between each disturbance feels just as unsettling as the sounds themselves. Each crack of a branch adds to the impression that something could be moving just out of sight.
The more I do this, the more confident she's going to get, so I might give her another Swedish meatball in a second. There's something about just being out on the water, not having to worry about anything, other than rapids obviously, but now if that was not a landscape in front of me that shouts cryptids, just looking at that ahead of me there, just, you know, it screams strange sighting.
Moving through small clearings, the pattern continues, with unpredictable sounds followed by brief silence, then movement again. The isolation seems to heighten every sense, making even minor disturbances feel more intense.
I know that a lot of cryptid guys come over from Bigfoot channels and UFO extraterrestrial channels, building a shelter out in the wild, and they're like, what is this about? Why is he not talking so much about the creepy stuff? Very unique niche, I guess, who find both equally interesting. I watch channels of people getting out into these areas, especially in like the Pacific Northwest and Canada, Alaska, and they're talking about Bigfoot, and I just think, what better place to have that conversation with miles and miles of rugged landscape and deep forested areas. You know, what a perfect blend. And so that's me, right? That's what I do.
In the final stretch, the forest remains active but never reveals anything clearly. Subtle movement, distant noises, and slight shifts in the surroundings continue until the host decides to turn back. Nothing is seen, but the feeling remains. The forest never fully settles and never fully reveals itself. Some viewers felt the sounds could be natural, while others thought something might have been moving just out of sight the whole time. What do you think was really out there? The next disturbing video comes from Broken Capital, a UK-based paranormal investigation channel focused on solo, high-risk explorations in haunted outdoor locations. The content is known for real-time reactions, minimal dramatization, and the use of spirit communication tools to capture unexplained activity. It is January 7th, 2023, in ancient woodland, near a locally infamous haunted mile in the United Kingdom. The investigator arrives alone as darkness begins to settle over the forest. The area immediately feels off, dense, quiet, and heavy with atmosphere. Crossing a small stream, he moves deeper into the woods and begins setting up his equipment. Almost immediately, loud bangs and rustling noises echo nearby. The sounds are sharp, sudden, and close enough to raise concern before the investigation has even fully begun.
And I'm looking for dead things. Whoa, that was massive. Okay, let's get a go session done.
Later, something shifts within the trees. A sudden, heavy movement is detected just beyond view. His reaction is immediate, tense, and alert, showing how unpredictable the environment has become.
Hanged. There it is, hanged. This is hard for me. I'm not gonna lie. I love you all so much, but I had to. Cursed, hanged, okay. Is there anything you'd like?
He begins using his spirit communication tools, and words and names start appearing. Each one adds to the weight of the location's history, giving the session a darker tone.
Marilyn.
Marilyn. That was massive. What in the fucking Christ was that? I was just packing up and something massive has just walked past. What in the fuck? Oh, it's just a loud plane. Yeah, nah. F this, I'm getting scared now. That's crazy, what the f? What's that floating? weird. It's floating, whatever it is.
The forest does not settle. Whispers, rustling, and subtle noises continue, creating a constant sense that something is nearby.
I can't see much when the light's on my face. It's a bit of a mad one. The f***? No. See you in a minute.
Another loud noise erupts, this time much closer. He quickly starts packing up, recognizing the situation may be escalating beyond control. Moments later, something large moves through the surrounding bushes. The movement is physical, strong enough to shake the vegetation, confirming that whatever is nearby is not small. As he prepares to leave, movement rushes through the trees. Whether it is an animal or something else, it is fast and close enough to force him to retreat. Even then, it does not stop. Childlike voices can be heard as he moves away. At that point, the decision is final, and he leaves the woodland completely. Some viewers thought it could be a large animal moving through the area, while others believed something else might have been present. What do you think was really out there? The video comes from Dub Wubs, an Australian paranormal investigation channel focused on immersive, real-time ghost hunting in reportedly haunted locations. The channel is known for respectful investigations, spirit communication, and capturing unexplained activity using EMF devices and spirit boxes. It is February 22nd, 2026, at Rockingham Cemetery in Australia.
What is good at you very lovely people? It is Dub Wubs, and today we are at Rockingham Cemetery. So we're just waiting on paranormal talks, but I'll just wait for the... It's hard to explain, but we're waiting for paranormal talks, and we have Strawberry here.
That's him.
And paranormal talks is here, so this should be good, guys. So we have good friend paranormal talks here.
Hello.
And oh, we've got the gear. Oh, we got the camera.
It's just bugs in the trees.
I know, but what bug makes that noise?
And they're like not dying. They're all across the mountain.
Really? I never knew that, guys.
Spirits of Rockingham Pioneer Cemetery. You may remember me. My name is Caleb. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
My name's Jasmine.
I'm Cameron.
Come through.
It's got like super windy.
Yeah, good hay.
Almost immediately, a shadowy figure is seen behind a tree. It appears briefly but clearly enough to change the tone of the entire investigation.
You can come towards them if you're friendly.
We have a light here. Now we're gonna go walk down to this patio. Is it a patio?
Pergola.
We've got toys, so you can pop down a couple of toys.
Still recording. If you want to put the...
A noticeable drop in temperature follows. The team senses a presence nearby, described as calm but watchful. The air feels heavier, as if something has moved closer without being seen.
What?
I swear I just saw a shadow just like run across there. I don't know if I'm tripping, but I think I just saw a fucking shadow.
Then another visual moment occurs. A shadow moves quickly across the cemetery grounds, visible for only a second before disappearing.
Show yourself. We're over here. If you're a peaceful spirit,
Then you are not welcome to touch me or follow me home at all.
any of us. I can't get what they're saying, but start talking. We get baby hit every time. So the children's spirits here, we have some toys that you can come and play with. If you don't want the children's spirits to come and interact with us, that's okay. No, we're here with peace and positivity.
As the session continues, multiple voices come through the devices. Some are unclear, while others form direct responses. By the end, the investigation leaves a clear impression, not of something threatening, but of something aware, watching, listening, and choosing to respond. Some viewers felt it could be environmental effects mixed with device interference, while others believed it showed something responding in real time. What do you think was really there? That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.